now tuned in.
You are now tuned into
The realest show on YouTube with your host, the Angryman.
Yeah, we back in the building. We are back in the building on this most auspicious of occasions. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I have been waiting for this day. I don't know if you guys remember. A little over 4 years ago, there was a dark cloud on the horizon. Many of us knew what time it was. I definitely knew what time it was. We were in the midst of a pandemic, the likes of which we had never seen. Many of our freedoms seemed to be slowly eroding as all sorts of mandates were being sent from on high. And during this time, I knew that they were going to use that pandemic and the negativity of it to try and gaslight the American public about the stellar 4-year record of Donald J. Trump. One of the first presidents we have ever had that was not a politician. One of the first presidents that we ever had that genuinely cared about the American people, as opposed to lining his own pockets. A man who ran for president, forfeited his salary, and actually lost money being president. I knew that they were going to use that situation to try to diminish him, and to a degree it worked. In fact, I saw it coming on the horizon, so what I decided to do was speak out to as many people as I could with the facts about the incoming debacle, the incoming potato, the incoming swiper, the incoming weekend at Bernie's bag of bones, the 50-year politician failure, the dude who sucked so bad that he couldn't even win presidency in his prime, Joe Biden, or as I like to call him, Jimmy Carter 2.0. It is because I decided to speak out. We then had the emergence of the street conservative. Now, during this time, I tried to bring as many facts as I possibly could. I ran down Joe Biden's history before the election. I broke down how this man has plagiarized numerous people in his speeches, from the union leader in the UK to JFK to Bobby Kennedy to Martin Luther King Jr. He has stolen speeches or portions of speeches, straight up plagiarizing, lied about being the top of his class in law school, right? the drafter of the 94 crime bill, which contributed to mass incarceration here in America. Something that literally changed the landscape and the demographic of the country. Those of us that are Gen Xers felt it more than anybody else. This is one of those moments we talk about where we say we never got the ball put in our hand because every time the ball was passed to us, it got slapped out of our hand. Joe Biden is one of those individuals that guaranteed that us Gen Xers would never be able to live the lives that our boomer parents lived, that the silent generation lived, or that the greatest generation lived. He's one of those individuals. Not to mention the fact he's also one of the individuals that tried his best to stop Clarence Thomas from being confirmed in the Supreme Court justice. Had he succeeded, we would have quite literally lost our Second Amendment right to bear arms. Most people don't know that. And during his entire 4-year period, he's been fighting like hell behind the scenes to try to take our Second Amendment rights, along with our First Amendment rights. This is an individual, an unscrupulous individual, an individual of no integrity or low integrity, an individual so shameful, so raggedy, that 15 minutes before the inauguration, he issued preemptive pardons for his entire damn family, not to mention issuing pardons for the J6 committee. General Milley and Dr. Fauci. Why would he need to do that? Why would he need to do that? I need y'all to wake up. I warned everybody about this potato. I went hard in the paint, warning everybody about this potato. In fact, when I started the Street Conservative, there was so much censorship on conservatives, I was wondering if I was even going to be able to do it. You had conservatives being booted off of platforms left and right. Mark Zuckerberg and Jack Dorsey was losing their minds. But yet, in spite of all of my ranting and raving, all of the facts I laid out about this man who quite literally gave the eulogy of a former grand wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. The same guy that said in reference to integration that he didn't want his children going to school in a racial jungle. Same guy that sat on television and told black folks, if you don't know if you're going to vote for me, you don't know if you black. One of the most racist presidents that we've ever had in office, who loves to pretend that he's not. So horrible at his job that when he was VP of the Barack Obama administration, they kept him in the basement. They hardly ever conferred with him about anything that they was doing, because even Barack Obama's staff, one of the generals, came out and said flat out every single time they had any foreign policy issue, Joe Biden's answer was always wrong. But despite that, there were people that I called friends that hated Donald Trump so much that the very election, the 2020 election, caused me to lose friends, associates, and people that I used to be cool with. Now, in some cases, it's unfortunate. I really don't care, because I knew what Joe Biden was about. I knew what he was going to do before he got in office. And I warned everybody. I told everybody what he was going to do. And Sure enough, he did it. These past 4 years have been pure hell. The amount of ridiculousness coming out of that damn administration should be studied historically for all time. This is a dude who pulled out of Afghanistan and left countless amounts of military grade weapons. I mean, I could run down the list. The wars that started because of his negligence, because of his incompetence. While you lefties and progressives applauded him every step of the way, while simultaneously complaining about grocery prices and inflation. He's the reason for it, you morons! We all knew that he was in mental decline. We knew it. But what it took is for him to stand up there behind that podium during the first debate and glitch out for you to finally see it, for the mainstream media to finally stop lying to our faces. So then they try to slide Kamala in there, one of the worst candidates who has ever existed. Let's push aside the fact that she figured she would cosplay as a black woman. And you niggas fell for it hook, line, and sinker, because all somebody got to do is put on virtual blackface, and all of a sudden here you come trying to cape for them. This was the most disgusting display in politics that I've ever seen in my life. He got elected. And I don't know if y'all remember this or not, but no president before him or after him is ever going to have an inauguration the way he had an inauguration. He had an inauguration like a damn dictator. And nobody ever talks about it. Nobody ever talks about it. Nobody talks about it. Did Donald Trump put fences up? Did Donald Trump have the military out there for his inauguration? He had an inauguration, Joe Biden, like he was a damn dictator. He had an inauguration like this was some third world country, and nobody says anything about it. Nobody calls it out. Nobody calls it out. This is absolutely and utterly ridiculous. Okay? Somebody do me a favor. Money Minds Media, kick him out of my chat room. Kick him out of my chat room. Thank you. I warned everybody about the foolishness that was Joe Biden, that was coming. And you know what? I hate to say it, but I gotta say it. I was right. I was right. I was 100% right. To all of you that watched me when I did the street conservative back then, you tell me, didn't everything I say Joe Biden would be and everything he would do, didn't it come to fruition? And oh my God, once Kamala lost, right? Once Kamala lost, once she lost, the crash out that Joe Biden is engaging in, it needs to be studied. It needs to be. How many pardons did this dude give? I mean, did he pardon the entire Democrat Party? How many pardons did this dude give? He pardoned his entire family. His entire family, y'all. And you still got people in the mainstream media sitting they trifling asses up there talking about, well, the only reason he's pardoning these people is so that, Trump won't retaliate on him. That ain't the reason. That ain't the reason. We all know the reason. You can tell as many lies as you want to. At this point, the lies ain't flying. We know they're lies. And during the entire 4 years of that presidency, you did everything in your power to try to stop Donald Trump from running again. You did everything in your power. You threw everything at him, including the kitchen sink. You did everything. Everything you could possibly do to a person, you did it to him. And I'm going to tell you something right now, and you don't have to agree with this. It's just my personal opinion. I am a firm believer that as many people in government, in the establishment that hate that man. Because I don't know if y'all noticed this, but usually when one man goes up against an establishment, he's going to lose. Usually when one man has to go up against the full weight of the American government, he's going to lose. Y'all know this looking at FBI RICO cases. When you have to go up against the full might of the government, your odds of winning are very low. This man went up against it all. And I don't care what y'all think. I don't care what y'all believe. The only way that man could have went up against all of that and still win, it had to be God. It had to be God. It had to be God. Trump's victory is literally the personification of no weapon formed against me shall prosper. It is literally the personification of it. You can say what you want. You can look at his character, right? You can look at his character and you can say what you want to say about him. But here's one thing I know about the faith. You don't get to decide who God chooses to do his work. You don't. You don't. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Considering some of the agendas that Kamala had, considering some of the things she wanted to do, considering some of the stuff that they was pushing, a lot of the things they was pushing come straight out of the Babylonian playbook, come straight out of Sodom and Gomorrah. Trump was the only one bold enough to stand up and say something about it. While the rest of you are tap dancing, shinning and grinning and going along to get along and, well, you know, we got to be tolerant and we got to understand. Your tolerance has, quite frankly, put the children in this nation in danger. Your damn tolerance. Your damn tolerance put the children of this nation, the most unprotected people in this nation, in danger. With all that weirdo shit they got going on. Not to mention the people that were pouring into the southern border with all their activity, all that crap they got going on. Not to mention the countless taxpayers' dollars being sent God knows where for God knows what purposes. So for 4 years, we endured. For 4 years, we had to deal with the foolishness. We had to deal with the ridiculousness. And it seemed like every time you looked up, it was more ridiculousness, more ridiculousness, more ridiculousness. I am happy to say that I saw something today that was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. I saw that raggedy piece of shit walk his ass out of that damn White House and got his ass on that damn helicopter and left. And thank God he's old enough to where we don't got to worry about him running again. Good riddance to you, you piece of shit. I don't think I ever felt the way I felt about a president the way I feel about that. And I'm going to tell you something right now. To all of my friends and family members that hate Donald Trump, they're somewhere mad right now. They're somewhere sitting on a damn hot coal with your asshole tight. I'm going to tell you like this, flat out. If you think for 1 second that potato, that sleep behind the wheel, elderly convalescent was a good president, stay the absolute hell away from me. That's on everything I love. Stay away from me. Because guess what? For 4 years, when Trump was in office, when we had better grocery prices, when the economy was booming, when unemployment was low, when I was steady climbing in income, when gas was damn near $1 a gallon, all you did was complain about Trump. That's all you did. Trump, 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 Trump. Everything was his damn, everything that you could think of to say about him, you said it. You couldn't blame him for, you couldn't blame him for the economy because the economy was good. You couldn't blame him for the cost of living because the cost of living was good. You tried to blame him for angry tweets and other stupid shit. When Joe Biden got in office, you went silent. You complained about the grocery prices, but you didn't put it on him. You complained about the gas prices, but you didn't put it on him. You complained about the housing market and the cost of living, but you didn't put it on him. You complained about inflation, but you didn't put it on him. You complained about everything that was going on, but you did not put it on him one damn time. And I'm telling you right now, this year, moving forward, I don't want to hear shit about Donald Trump. You ain't had nothing to say about Joe Biden. Shut the hell up about my president. And I know some of you watching. I mean it. I mean every damn word of it. The moment you fix your lips to say something crazy about him, I'm going to stop you dead in your tracks. Hold on. Because if you getting ready to talk about Donald Trump, pardon my back. I'm going to do an about face, and I'm going to walk smooth the fuck off. Because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. That's the reason why a lot of you broke now. Yeah. That's the reason why a lot of you broke now. Because you put all your faith in people like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris that don't have no good intentions for your ass. All they got is some pretty words for you. That's all they got. Bunch of platitudes and fucking affirmations and a bunch of hopium. That's all they got for your ass. They ain't got nothing tangible. Nothing tangible. You've been falling for it ever since Lyndon B. Johnson. When your ass gonna wake up? When you gonna wake up? When are you going to realize that the Democratic mind is a poison mind? When are you going to realize that shit? When are you going to realize the leftists don't have no good intentions for you except using you for your victimhood? There's a reason you struggling. There's a reason you broke. Because you put your faith in losers instead of champions. You put your faith in people that want to give you a handout instead of a hand up. Because you want somebody to take care of your ass instead of rocking with the people that want you to take care of yourself. I'll never in my life sit around and talk crazy about Donald Trump. I'll never do it. I'll never do it. When he first got elected and defeated Hillary, I was driving a pieced together Honda Accord. A car I got from a used car lot that probably was a junked car that was probably put together. Cost me $1,500. I was sitting on a cot in the back room of my grandmother's house, the back room where the water heater is. Barely making $30,000 a year. In fact, the night of the election, that's where I was at. With my laptop on my lap, trying my best to do YouTube videos so I can make some money. was struggling, was cutting hair full time trying to make some money. At one point was on the run because of child support, failure to appear in court for child support. Most of my belongings I could fit in one bag. Was struggling. By the time Donald Trump left office after 4 years, I had a brand new car, the first brand new car I ever had in my life. I had a nice ass place with nice ass furniture. Could go to the store and buy whatever I needed or whatever I wanted. Had 2 of my children living with me. Wasn't on child support anymore. Had new clothes, food in the refrigerator, money in the bank, money invested in stocks and in other cash vehicles, money invested in crypto. I went from a pauper to a king during Donald Trump's presidency. And have no doubt in my mind, had he had back-to-back consecutive terms, I would be a millionaire today. He is hands down the greatest president of my time. He did for me what Barack Obama's black ass couldn't do for me. And for those of you that's wondering if Barack Obama's really black, oh, he definitely black. He definitely black. Because he's the first president to have to show up to the inauguration without his wife because she got her ass on her shoulders and got a damn attitude about something. If that ain't a black man's experience, I don't know what is. And by the way, to all the sisters out there, Barack Obama's wife, Michelle Obama, just set y'all back 100 years. She just set y'all back 100 years. As much as Hillary can't stand Donald Trump, Bill Clinton didn't have to walk in there by himself. As much as Kamala can't stand Donald Trump, Imhoff didn't have to walk in there by himself. As much as I don't like Barack Obama, there's a part of me, there's the brother in me, the black man in me, that saw that man walk into that inauguration by himself. I just shook my damn head. I felt sorry for him. I felt sorry for him. She couldn't put aside her bullshit for 5 seconds to walk in that room with that man so that he don't have to be embarrassed like that. So guess what, black folks? All that crap y'all talk about, Michelle Obama was the classiest first lady. No, she ain't. Because that was classless. That was classless. Straight up and down. That was childish. It was ignorant. It was not professional whatsoever. But I'm glad she did it. I'm glad she did it. Because it lets me know that she has absolutely no intentions of having no type of political run. But Donald Trump's presidency for the first 4 years changed the angry man's life. Nobody will ever be able to talk crazy to me about Donald Trump, because I know for a fact that the reason I was able to level up like that as a content creator, because my content is fueled by you, the people. I know that the reason I was able to level up like that is because Donald Trump had the economy booming so well that y'all was making plenty of money. Plenty of money. Cost of gas was low. Unemployment was low. And it amazes me that damn potato got in office, signed some executive orders, and undid it like that. Undid it like that. My financial growth has been at a crawl since that raggedy MFer has been in office. So I go from Donald Trump to where every single year my income is increasing. The moment Joe Biden gets in office, that shit slows down to a crawl. But today is a good day. Today is a good day. You had countless lefties and progressives running around talking about he's a felon now, they're never going to let him get confirmed. Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see him put his right hand up? Did you see him take the oath of office? Did you see it? Did you see him put his right hand up and take the oath of office in front of your heroes? Did you see it? Did you see the look on Kamala's face? Did you see the look on Hillary's face? Did you see it? Did you see it? Let me tell you something. When Joe Biden got elected, I felt a disturbance in the force. You know how Yoda said it's like millions of people just cried out in pain and agony. This is different. This is different. That man took that oath of office. I felt a surge of energy, as if people were crying out in happiness, rejoicing that Palpatine is no longer in office. That's right. Old Sidious is no longer in office. And one of the benefits is he didn't pardon everybody, which means in the days to come, you're going to see a whole lot of people tendering their resignation. In fact, that's how you're going to know who's not on the up and up. In the days to come, you're going to see people tendering their resignation in all of these agencies. You'll see them quitting. And the reason why is because Trump 2.0 ain't going to be nothing to play with. If you saw the confirmation hearing with Pam Bondi ain't no joke. She ain't no joke. Kash Patel ain't no joke. Okay? What y'all tried to do to Trump before, you ain't going to be able to do it this time. And Trump is a guy who definitely learns from his mistakes. You're not going to be able to run the same game you ran on him. So you're about to see a lot of people resigning. You're about to see a lot of people. And look, I got some advice for the mainstream media. I got some advice for you. You need to just accept it. You need to just accept it and give all of that Trump derangement syndrome the slow fade. Just fall back. Just fall back from the rhetoric and just start talking about him normally. Report on him normally. Don't worry, we get it. I'm not gonna make fun of you. I get it. Just accept the defeat. Just accept it. There comes a moment in life where you have to just accept the L. There comes a moment in life where you have to do one of these numbers. Just accept it. Just accept it. You tried everything. You tried everything. You tried everything in the book. You tried it. Tried it, but it didn't work. It didn't work. Let's see. Daddy Pierre. I'm going to show y'all something. Watch this. Why is he thinking about that man? Let me ask y'all a question. Have I mentioned Drake in this entire diatribe? Have I mentioned Drake one time? Do y'all see what I mean now about the weirdo energy that K-Dot fans have? You see what I mean about the weirdo energy? See what I mean about the weirdo energy? Back to what I was saying. So, you got to just accept it. You got to just accept it. How many of y'all remember the movie Kung Fu Hustle? Y'all remember the movie Kung Fu Hustle? Remember towards the end when the dude tried to spit the needle at him and he caught it? He caught the joint and he made it into a flower and done like that. And the dude looked at him and he said, "Master!" Hey, at some point, you just got to take the L, bruh. You just got to take the L. How many of y'all remember on the Temptations when they was on TV and the dude that was part of the group that quit, he was sitting at a bar and he was looking on the TV and he was like, just got to take that L, dog. You just got to take that L. You just got to take that L. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. Look, we took the L. When Joe Biden won, we took the L. You feel me? We talked our shit, but we knew it was an L. We knew it was an L. We knew that was an L for us. Just him being in office was an L for us. We had to take that L. We had to take that L. But you know what? We built different than y'all. We built different than y'all. You feel what I'm saying? See, we came up watching Rocky. We came up watching movies where, look, we came up watching, we came up watching A New Hope. See, when Trump got elected the first time, he was A New Hope. But then the empire struck back. But we also watched Return of the Jedi. Y'all don't fucking hear me. Y'all don't hear me. We grew up watching Rocky. We grew up watching Return of the Jedi. So we take L's like this, just a minor setback for a major comeback. And oh, what a comeback. Oh, what a comeback. Oh, my God. We let you get the first laugh. We get the last laugh. And he who laughs last laughs best. And we laughing right now. We laughing right now because you literally destroy yourselves with all of that bullshit, with all of that crap. You exhausted the people with Trump hate. You hated on Trump so much. Tried to convince everybody he was a criminal so much. Hit him with all kinds of charges that we didn't even know was illegal. You did it so much that even people that didn't like Trump had to fall back like, wait a minute. Something ain't right here. You did that. You did that. You hated on him so much that you made people start looking into why you hate him. You made people start doing research, which was the worst thing you could ever done. Let me tell you something. The best thing you could have ever done is once Joe Biden won, just ignore Trump. But you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. All that shit you did kept him in the news cycle. All that shit you did made the American public more invested in it. You did that. You did that. And you let that potato, because you didn't hold him to account for anything, you let that potato run the country in the ground. You did all of that so badly that it made you galvanized the American public. Americans said, you know what? Next time when 2024 come, we gonna show up and we gonna show out. And that's exactly what everybody did. They said, you know what? We gonna vote so well and in so many numbers, it's gonna be undeniable. You got people like Charlie Kirk. You got Barron Trump doing what he did by linking Trump up with some of the influencers. You had a full court press. There was no way y'all were gonna win. Absolutely no way that y'all were gonna win. And just like I told everybody, that first time they did that goofiness, I said that was a spirit bomb. You get one of those. You get one of those. I said they ain't gonna be able to do that again. Y'all remember me saying that? Y'all remember me saying that? See, y'all, look, cats gonna stop thinking Angryman is stupid. I'm not stupid. In fact, I'm probably smarter than you think I am. For those of you that think I'm smart, probably even smarter than that. You feel me? I even told you TikTok was gonna get saved at the last minute. Didn't I tell you that? Didn't I tell you that? told you, that spirit bomb, you only get one of those. You only get one of those. One. That's all you get. That's all you get. They blew their load early. And quite frankly, the way it played out perfectly. That's what lets me know it was God's plan. It played out perfectly. It played out perfectly. No human being could have planned it this way. No human being could have planned it this way. This man won the Electoral College. He won all of the swing states. He won the popular vote. Do y'all have any idea how unprecedented that is? The only other person that I know of that did that was Ronald Reagan. Won in such a ridiculous fashion that it's undisputable. And then in addition to that, he got the House and he got the freaking Senate. I'm going to tell you something right now. With everything that he went through, I know it felt good. I know it felt good. Oh my God. I know it felt good for Trump to stand up there in front of his enemies, in front of his naysayers. And they just have to bear witness to it. They just have to bear witness to it. Bruh, do you know what it means? It's like, bro, Trump just did some Dragon Ball Z shit. He just did some Goku shit, bruh. They was throwing everything at him, and it was looking like he was going to lose. And right when that election happened, that man went to a new level of Super Saiyan. And now they got to stand there and just bear witness to it. You know they got to be mad. You know they got to be upset. I know Trump felt good walking back into that White House. He had to. He had to feel, oh my God, I could only imagine. I could only imagine how he felt walking back into that White House. If it was me, I'd have been petty. Soon as I walked in there, you know what I would have been playing? I would have had it so that I would have had it so that the whole sound system in the White House, right before I walked in that door, you know what you would have heard? I'd have walked in there bumping "The Champ is Here." I'd have walked in there bumping "The Champ is Here." You know Kamala somewhere butt hurt, bruh. You know she's somewhere butt hurt, broski. I'm talking deep in her feelings, bruh. She probably deep in a bottle of wine right now. I can only imagine the level of butthurtedness going on in Washington, D.C. I could only imagine, bro. I could only imagine, fam. Ooh, wee, it gotta hurt. It gotta hurt, bruh. Yo, shout out to Timmy Tooney. Said Chicago will be great again tomorrow. Shout out to Ari Nicole. Said nothing changes if nothing changes. Let's go. Facts. Shout out to Timmy Tooney. Said we have always been here. We sat quietly and waited for Donald Trump to return, and you, Angry Man, helped open my eyes, no doubt. Shout out to Timmy Tooney. Said, thank you, Angry Man, for being with us and for not allowing lies and for your fight. You were always right. Appreciate you. Shout out to Bearded Viking. He said, and to think if they just let him win in 2020 and not, you know what, like they did, he would be gone today. But now they're stuck with him for 4 more marvelous years. We're back, bro. Facts. Shout out to Ray the Game. Said all these people that complain about Trump are about to gladly accept no tax on tips. Yes, this includes super chats. Let's see if libs reject that money. Hypocrisy at its finest. Shout out to Arsenal Shogun. He said, why didn't Trump put Project 2025 into action? Liberals have nothing left in the tank. Trump brought back conservatism. Yeah. Shout out to Jay. He said, Christ always prevails. Let's see. Shout out to Eric. He said, over here in Rhode Island doing my Trumpito dance all the way to the bank. Yeah. Shout out to Dennis. Appreciate you. Shout out to RSG. Said victimhood. Preach. Shout out to RSG. They think we just want him back for free money, but forget we are tax-paying citizens. It was already paid. Facts. Shout out to Bag Chaser Society. Appreciate you. Shout out to the lowly one. He said Michael Jordan's loss to Orlando was just a minor setback for his second and third three-peat. Yep. Shout out to JM. He said, I would have pulled up to the White House in an empty U-Haul truck. LOL. Hope you got everything. You're not coming back. Facts. Let's see. Shout out to Long Island Sound. He said it comes from China. Let's see. Shout out to 63rd Samurai. He said, AM, thank you, Don. You just don't know. Thank you. Appreciate you, Rusty. Shout out to Zacchaeus. He said, welcome home, President Trump. See, shout out to Jay Miles. He said, cook them, AM, Team Trump. Shout out to my man Spencer for being a sponsor of the show.
Here we go again. $100 boss up. Going down. Stack up and match up.
Spencer said, blessed are the peacemakers. That's facts, bro. That's facts. Shout out to Tall. Tall said, I'm a non-believer, but damn, AM, you make a strong case. Hey. It is what it is. You feel me? Shout out to Terrell. He said 15, 30, 37, 38, 45, 47. 45, 47. Shout out to Found Link. He said 45, 47. Yes, indeedy. See what else we got. Shout out to Mr. Low Key. He says support for the show. BINO Nation, salute. Shout out to B. Baker. Appreciate you. Ooh, it's about to be on and popping. Shout out to MA. It's about to be on and popping, bruh. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see the changes that are to come. Because you know he's signing the executive orders right away. He already said he's signing, he already said he is signing a historic 200 executive orders. A historic 200 executive orders his first day. His first day, broski. First day. The first day. The very first day. The very first day. The very first day. Oh my God. And guess what? And guess what? Guess what? Here's the most awesome thing ever. Let's see. Let me pull this up real quick. This chick right here, we don't gotta see her face no more. This chick right here, we ain't gotta see her face no more. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Let me see if I can find Trump's speech. Let's pull up Trump's speech. Let's pull up his speech.
Thank you very much, everybody. Well, thank you very, very much. Vice President Vance, Speaker Johnson, Senator Thune, Chief Justice Roberts, Justices of the United States Supreme Court, President Clinton, President Bush, President Obama, President Biden, Vice President Harris, and my fellow citizens. The golden age of America begins right now. From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first. Our sovereignty will be reclaimed. Our safety will be restored. The scales of justice will be rebalanced. The vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department and our government will end. And our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free. America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before. I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era of national success. A tide of change is sweeping the country, sunlight is pouring over the entire world, and America has the chance to seize this opportunity like never before. But first, we must be honest about the challenges we face. While they are plentiful, they will be annihilated by this great momentum that the world is now witnessing in the United States of America. As we gather today, our government confronts a crisis of trust. For many years, a radical and corrupt establishment has extracted power and wealth from our citizens while the pillars of our society lay broken and seemingly in complete disrepair.
Right in their face. That's my president right there. Right in their face. There's no president more gangster than Trump. He calling them corrupt right in their face, bruh. Like that Biden and Kamala sitting so close to him, they can reach out and touch him, and he talking straight about them.
We now have a government that cannot manage even a simple crisis at home, while at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad. It fails to protect our magnificent, law-abiding American citizens, but provides sanctuary and protection for dangerous criminals, many from prisons and mental institutions that have illegally entered our country from all over the world. We have a government that has given unlimited funding to the defense of foreign borders, but refuses to defend American borders or, more importantly, its own people. Our country can no longer deliver basic services in times of emergency, as recently shown by the wonderful people of North Carolina, been treated so badly. And other states who are still suffering from a hurricane that took place many months ago. Or more recently, Los Angeles, where we're watching fires still tragically burn from weeks ago without even a token of defense. They're raging through the houses and communities, even affecting some of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in our country, some of whom are sitting here right now. They don't have a home any longer. That's interesting. But we can't let this happen. Everyone is unable to do anything about it.
Look at Joe Biden's face. Look at Joe Biden's face, bruh. Hold on. Look at Joe Biden's face. Look at Kamala's face. Oh, you gotta sit there and take it. You gotta sit there and take it, and then you gotta leave. You gotta sit there and take it. You gotta sit there and take your medicine, and then your ass gotta leave. You gotta leave after that, bruh.
It's going to change. We have a public health system that does not deliver in times of disaster, yet more money is spent on it than any country anywhere in the world. And we have an education system that teaches our children to be ashamed of themselves in many cases, to hate our country despite the love that we try so desperately to provide to them. All of this will change starting today, and it will change very quickly. My recent election is a mandate to completely and totally reverse a horrible betrayal and all of these many betrayals that have taken place, and to give the people back their faith, their wealth, their democracy, and indeed their... From this moment on, America's decline is over. Our liberties and our nation's glorious destiny will no longer be denied, and we will immediately restore the integrity, competency, and loyalty of America's government. Over the past 8 years, I have been tested and challenged more than any president in our 250-year history, and I've learned a lot along the way. The journey to reclaim our republic has not been an easy one, that I can tell you. Those who wish to stop our cause have tried to take my freedom and indeed to take my life. Just a few months ago in a beautiful Pennsylvania field, an assassin's bullet ripped through my ear. But I felt then, and believe even more so now, that my life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. Thank you very much.
That must be a shorter version of the speech, because I saw a longer one. I saw a longer version of the speech. But oh my goodness, when he said that and everybody stood up, except everybody stood up except Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Kamala, Joe's wife, Doug Emhoff. Like everybody else stood up. You want to see something else funny? Hold on. I got something for y'all. Real talk. This is funny. Hold on. Let's see. And I like how they cut it so they didn't show. I like how they tried to cut it so they didn't show that he thanked the Black and Hispanic community for voting for him. But here's something interesting. Check this out. They was booing them, y'all. This is why TikTok is important. They was booing them, y'all. I bet y'all didn't see that video. He had to walk out there, get booed. And he had to walk out there by himself, bro. He had to walk out there by himself, fam. He had to walk out there by himself. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. And yeah, we not going to let y'all get away with that. You feel what I'm saying? Because he also said this.
Black and Hispanic communities, I want to thank you for the tremendous outpouring of love and trust that we set records, and I will not forget it. I've heard your voices in the campaign, and I look forward to working with you. Hispanic communities, I want to thank you. Black and Hispanic communities, I want to thank you for the tremendous outpouring of love and trust that you have shown me with your vote. We set records, and I will not forget it. I've heard your voices in the campaign, and I look forward to working with you in the years to come. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and his honor, this will be a great honor, but in his honor we will strive together to make his dream a reality. We will make his dream come true. Black and Hispanic.
Yeah. So we want to make sure that everybody sees that, because I find it interesting that they cut that out. Why would they cut that out? Why would they cut that out? I wonder. I wonder why they would cut that out. Shout out to Tall, said Kamala sitting there chewing a nail. Shout out to Preston, said this is Trump's official diss track to the Dems. Shout out to Marcus, said playing this at work AM. You got my female coworkers hot. They faces are priceless. Keep cooking, OG. I hope they are hot. I hope they upset. To Marcus's co-workers, I hope y'all are seriously upset, because DJ Trump is back in the White House, baby. Back in full effect. Shout out to Coach JP. Shout out to Teasy. Let's see. Shout out to Grinch. He said black women are fair weather friends. Michelle changed her last name from Obama to oh hell nah today. Sorry, B-dubs. Y'all ain't ever getting married now. Damn. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. It's done got real now. It's done got real now. We's back in the White House now, baby. We back in the White House now, baby. What you got to say now? Oh, yeah, and by the way, y'all know the show Tonight's Conversation? Remember Mr. Let Go was over here, and he asked me if I wanted to be part of that show, you know, if I wanted, you know, to go on the show or whatever, and I was like, nah, I don't think it'll be a good fit, right? Something's going on with them. I don't know what's going on with them, but something is going on with them, because your boy
chapter in. And so with that, I am announcing my departure from Tonight's Conversation podcast.
Well, am I like the only person that think it's really sad what's happening to Tonight's Conversation podcast? Like, first it was Randy, and then it was Keita Rose, and now Trip. They've all left the podcast. And it's really sad, because I really like listening to them. But it also goes to show, like, I always feel like with music groups and panel podcasts and things like that, it really doesn't last forever, right? It doesn't last too long because there's always egos, there's always someone wanting more than the other, there's always one person feeling more in charge, and things like that. But with tonight's conversation, they were like the blueprint, because there have been so many other panel podcasts after them trying to mimic what they do. So it's like, will we see like a domino effect of all these new podcasts like starting to fall off or whatever? Because it really is hard to keep a group together. And again, whether it's a music group, a podcast panel, or anything like that. But I'm not gonna lie, I can't wait to hear Kita's story. I cannot wait, because Kita is my favorite one. Like, I really like Kita outside of the podcast. Like, I can't wait to hear her story, because I do think she had very good reason to leave, for whatever reason that was. I can't wait to hear her story. What do you guys think? Let's talk about it in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.
Well. Now, I don't have a lot of information yet. The information hasn't come out yet. So I'm going to reserve judgment, and I'm going to wait until the rest of it comes out to do a show on it. But apparently, there's some dissension going on. There's some problems going on. There's some things going wrong. You feel me? And I told y'all, niggas can't do shit together. Niggas can't do shit together. Niggas can't do it to save their life. There's a reason why I don't be trying to have no team of Negroes, because Negroes can't do shit together. Negroes can't do shit together. But let's be honest. How long was that going to last? Because from the little bit that I saw, it has something to do with one of the dudes on the show doing some goofy things behind the scenes. And I done told y'all a million times, you can't trust simps. They get online and they do all that virtue signaling, and behind the scenes they be doing they Derek Jackson two-step. I told you can't trust them type of dudes. The way they sit up there virtue signaling, you be sitting there listening like, bruh, I know you don't believe that goofy shit you just said. But they be sitting up there saying it, and the women be out there, yes, and did. Yes. Like, get the hell out of here. That goofy ass shit, that shit ain't sustainable. Because it's phony. That shit is phony. You can't sustain phoniness. You can't sustain phoniness? What are we talking about? You know, and I was being polite. I was like, yo, I don't think I'll be a good fit. Now, why did I think I wouldn't be a good fit? Because niggas be up there being phony. And I don't want to be the villain of the show. I don't want to be the person up there that's constantly calling out all of the phoniness. I don't want to be that dude. I don't want to be sitting up there with a headache every day. Because here's the reality, and y'all gonna understand this. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams for the show he did the other day, right? This is what y'all need to understand. What the Angryman originally did and what many of us do, it cannot be duplicated. It has to be authentic. If it's not authentic, it is going to falter, and fail. It has to be authentic. It has to be coming from an authentic place. So just trying to copy the business model because you see that it's financially beneficial, nah, bruh. And I tell you something else, and I've been saying this. This concept of these women sitting up there running their mouth about what men need to do, shaming men and all of that crap, and then having a bunch of men sitting up there with you co-signing that shit ain't gonna last in this climate. That shit ain't gonna last in this climate. You should understand that. Because at the end of the day, the B-dubs don't run nothing. Because if they did run something, Kamala would be president right now. I'm going to say it again. That model that y'all make that caters to B-dubs, that shit is over. That shit is done. That shit is over, bro. It's been over. Okay? Y'all just ain't realized it yet. That whole Derek Jackson shtick where y'all run around here telling women what they want to hear, even if you're dead wrong, that's over, bruh. It's over. It's done. It was short-lived. It's done. It's not gonna work. Because it ain't grounded in no truth. It ain't grounded in reality. And the only thing you're doing, I'm going to tell you what you are. You're enablers. You're just enabling these women to continue on their path of self-destruction. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. You're not helping them. And that's why, in my opinion, you dudes that sit back and listen to them virtue signal and lie and make all kinds of excuses for their poor choices, and you sit there and co-sign that, you're the worst kind of men. You're the worst kind of men because you're setting those women up for failure. Just because you want a pat on the head, just because you want a damn Scooby snack, you're setting those women up for failure. Now, the stuff that I say, the stuff that a lot of these guys say that the women don't like to hear, they might not like to hear it, but it's better than what y'all are doing. It's good advice. It's good advice. If they're willing to listen. They're willing to listen. The stuff that I say is going to put them in a better position than that crap y'all doing, because all y'all doing is enabling them. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. And I got news for you. It's over. It's over. You literally had an election going on where, you know what was on the ticket? Masculinity versus the gynocracy. That's what literally was on the ticket. Kamala represented the gynocracy. Trump represented masculinity, traditional masculinity. And you had a landslide. You had him win all the swing states. You had him win all the electoral votes. You had him win the popular vote. So what does that tell you? What that tells you is society is sick of the gynocracy. Society wants traditional masculinity back. That's what society wants. That's what society wants, whether you like it or not. Six has said, AM, can we talk about Trump child support policy he just passed today? Did he? Did he pass it today? Send me the link. Shout out to Tavarius. Send me the link. Send me the link. So here we have a list of some of the day one executive orders that Trump has announced so far. So number one, declare a national emergency at the border. The officials on the call said that this action will allow U.S. armed forces to finish the border wall and allow the Secretary of Defense to deploy members of the armed forces and National Guard to the border. 2, clarify the military's role in border security. This action directs the military to prioritize our borders and protect territorial integrity by repelling forms of invasions, including unlawful mass migration, narcotics trafficking, human smuggling, and trafficking, and other criminal activities. Let's see. 3, end catch and release. Continue building the wall and remain in Mexico. 4, designate criminal cartels as terrorists. This will allow the U.S. to more easily remove members of groups like Tinde Aragua, a transnational criminal organization from Venezuela, and MS-13. 5, suspend refugee resettlement. The official said the U.S. would suspend refugee settlement for the last 4 months. End asylum and close the border to those without legal status via proclamation. Officials said they are planning to end asylum entirely and close the border to those without legal status via proclamation, which creates an immediate removal process without possibility of asylum. 7, end birthright citizenship. The officials said the White House plans to end birthright citizenship, which is enshrined in the 14th Amendment. They argued the amendment does not recognize automatic birthright citizenship for children born in the U.S. to parents without legal status. This action is likely to see immediate legal challenges. 8, enhance vetting and screening. The officials said they are going to enhance vetting and screening of illegal aliens. 9, protect American citizens against invasion. Officials said this equips agents and officers of ICE and CBP with the authorities they need to deport people from the U.S. 10, restore the death penalty. This action is particular directs the Attorney General to seek capital punishment for the deletion of law enforcement officers and capital crimes committed by illegal aliens. It encourages state agencies and district attorneys to bring capital state charges for these crimes, the official said. He's not playing on day one. Day one, he's not playing. He is not playing on day one. I can't wait to see what all of the executive orders are that he's going to sign. I can't wait to see the list. Oh, go look up what he said about DEI and gender. Go check out what he said on DEI and gender. You would be real interested to see what he said about that. He is not playing no games. He is not playing no games. Trust and believe. Okay, so appreciate you, Tavarius. So with that being said, we are coming right up on the 3-hour mark. Shout out to Trevino. He said, preach, bro. So salute to everybody that came through and supported the show. Shout out to everybody that hit the like button. Shout out to everybody that supported the show. Shout out to all of our sponsors. Definitely appreciate you guys for sponsoring the show. Shout out to everybody. Definitely appreciate y'all for sponsoring the show. On this channel, we've got we've got 1,100 people watching. We got another 4 something on the other channel. So collectively, damn near 2,000 people watching. That's what's up. Make sure you guys go check out my book, available on Amazon. All you have to do is type The Angryman Standard in the Amazon search bar. Also, if you want to check out the merchandise, all you have to do is go to shopBinoNation.com. Again, that's shopBinoNation.com. But other than that, man, we going to get up out of here, man. Salute to everybody. It's a wonderful day. Rejoice. That potato is out of office. But, yo, I'm going to holler at you guys later. Deuces.
Spartans! What is your profession?